welcome back to our channel. Today we're going to be sharing our favorite drugstore masks. And just so you guys know, we haven't found any sheet masks at the drugstore that we really love, so these are all going to be more like mud masks, that like traditional masks. If you guys know of any sheet masks that you really like, please let us know that are affordable. Yeah.
We've tried some.
We've tried like the Yes to Carrots one, and we know Elf has one, but none of them really stand up to, what is the one we really love? The egg mask? The egg white mask?
Yeah, it's, oh, I forgot what it is. We also really love the Sephora one.
Yeah.
So first up, this is the brand DermaE, which is kind of pricier, but it's sold at drugstores. We think Walgreens and CVS.
Yeah.
And Ulta. And Ulta. So this is the DermaE Purifying 2-in-1 Charcoal Mask, and it is phenomenal.
It's our favorite mask.
It's our favorite mask, and we actually have the old packaging and the new packaging to show you.
Yeah,
so
this is the old packaging, and then they kind of rebranded, so this is the new packaging, so it looks a lot better.
It looks so much better.
Because it is kind of a pricey mask. You only get 1.7 ounces, and we'll link it below so you can look at it. But so you definitely want it to look luxurious. Like now it's more like a matte packaging. They rebranded completely. So that's a good thing.
Yeah, and we'll read the back. It says, it's purely magnetic. This dual action deep detox mask purges pores of toxins, then gently exfoliates for fresh glowing skin. And that's like exactly what it does.
Yeah.
So it's like a charcoal mud mask, so it's definitely like clinging to like your entire face, but then when you rinse it off, it has exfoliating beads in it. So when you rinse it off and like kind of massage it into your face, it gets out all the gunk, but then it also exfoliates. So it's like perfect for people with acne prone skin. I think it's really good for sensitive skin because it does say it's 100% vegan, GMO free, cruelty free, and it's gentle in my opinion. I don't think it's overly aggressive. So
yeah, and I feel like it also moisturizes, because I feel like a lot of masks tend to strip the skin, which, I mean, that's kind of the point of doing a mask. You really want to pull everything out of your pores and kind of start with like a fresh face. But this one, it leaves your skin still feeling pretty moisturized after. So it's kind of a magical mask.
Yeah,
I feel like it's so good. Next up is the Queen Helene Mint Julep mask. This mask we've been using for years. I want to say since high school.
yeah, mine might even go back to middle school.
Yeah. They sell it everywhere. CVS, Walgreens, probably Target. It's the cheapest, by the way, at Bed Bath & Beyond. I think it's only like $3 or $4
Yeah,
there.
it's so affordable, and I think we got ours on Amazon.
Yeah, and Amazon. They also, it says new look. It used to look really different than
Yeah,
this.
it was like white, and then it had like
mint cap.
a mint cap and like a mint background.
Yeah.
It was very like 80s, 90s.
Yeah, so I mean, this isn't great packaging, but they've definitely like come a long way. This is just like a staple everyone should own, seriously. It smells delicious. It, I would say it feels like a mud mask. It's pretty thick in consistency.
Very thick. I would recommend applying with your fingers because a brush isn't gonna like,
I mean, I can't even get it out. It's so
your
thick.
fingers heat it up and kind of thin it out.
As you can see, like it's super thick, so you, like a little goes a long way, and it coats the skin really well. And I think you only have to leave it on, what does it say, 5 to 10 minutes, and it kind of hardens on your face.
It definitely hardens.
It's definitely one of the more messy masks I feel like we own, because it hardens, so when you go to wash it off, you know when like some parts aren't all the way dry and then some parts are super dry, it's like a little bit of a task to wash it off.
And it's strong. It's very strong smelling of like peppermint, I'd say.
Yeah.
Or is it peppermint? So honestly, I don't know if it'd be good for sensitive skin. I think it might be a little...
It says for oily and acne prone skin.
Yeah, it might be a little irritating, but if you have like breakouts and you put this on your face, I usually, like, I feel like this cleans my pores like nothing else.
Oh, like nothing else.
And the next morning, like, the redness and the pimples, like everything has gone down. And it really helps like dry it out. But if you have dry skin or sensitive skin, this probably isn't for you, but oily to normal and then like acne prone skin, this would be a great option. And it's so affordable.
It's so affordable, lasts forever. It's 8 ounces.
Next up is the Pixie Skin Treats Glowy Mud Mask. Mine is like,
It's so janky.
so janky. It's almost gone and it kind of the name is rubbed off, but it's really pretty foiled copper writing on like this really pale green bottle. It's really nice packaging. I really like it. Pixie's only sold at Target, but we wanted to include it since Target is a drugstore, and I think this is like $16. It's kind of pricier, but this mask is so good, and we have kind of a fun story with it. So when we went to Punta Cana for our friend's wedding,
Britta got like a travel size of this.
Yeah.
And we were spending like every day in the sun, and we were lathering on sunscreen, and I just felt like our pores were getting super, super clogged. So one night we like broke out the travel size mask and put it on, and like so much gunk came out of our face. Like it's really gross, but and like we just felt renewed. And you know when you're on vacation, you're kind of like out of your normal surroundings. It's like really good to like just get back. You're like, oh, my face feels like refreshed again. It feels back to normal. And so after that, I like went out and bought this right when we got back. And it's just such a good mask. It is a true mud mask, but it's also very like gentle. It's not as thick as the Queen Helene one. It's definitely thinner. It has a fragrance, but it's not overly strong. It's really easy to blend with like a mask brush. And you leave it on for 15 minutes, so a little bit longer since it is thinner. I feel like it takes longer to dry. And then you just like rinse it off. And it says pore clearing, glow revealing mask. And I definitely think it like makes your skin glow, which is really unique for a mud mask. But it kind of dries out like if you have blemishes, but it's more of just like purifying and then like making your skin glow. I don't know how it works.
It's really like a true pore mask. Like it cleans out everything in your pores.
It cleans out everything, but in a very gentle way. Like it's crazy. And it also has aloe vera, which is really, really good for your skin. So if you're willing to spend a little more money, this is just such a good option. And you only get, how many ounces do you get? I don't know. I think it came off.
1.1.
So it's definitely not a lot of ounces, but you don't need a lot on your face. So it will last a decent amount of time.
Next up is a Soap & Glory product. You guys know we love Soap & Glory. We're such big fans. They sell Soap & Glory at Walgreens and Target. Now they sell it at Target. So it's definitely a drugstore item. It's probably a little more expensive, kind of like Pixi or DermaE, but it's definitely worth it. So this is the scrub your nose in it 2-minute T-zone detox scrub, and I use this in the shower because it is a 2-minute mask. So I'll put it on like before I shave my legs or before I condition, just to make sure it's on for long enough. And I seriously love this stuff because you don't need a lot since it only goes on your T-zone, and we have an oily T-zone. We've kind of transitioned from like being oily skin to combination where like this area gets oily and then we get dry patches on our like cheeks. Weird, but anyways. And so it smells really good. It's green, very similar to the Queen Helene mask. It actually smells pretty similar too, kind of like
menthol, like
minty, like very like fresh. And so it's a really gentle exfoliant. It's very, very small particles in there. So basically you leave it on for 2 minutes and then you just kind of like put some water in there and rub it everywhere. And this stuff, like, out of all the masks we're talking about, I love them all, but this one cleans my pores the most. And I think it's because the beads in here are so tiny that like it can really get in there and clean everything out. And the fact that you're almost like spot treating because you're only putting it on this part of your face. But it's so good, and this bottle, you get, how many ounces? 5 fluid ounces, and since you're only using it here, like it could last you forever. And it just like, it's very gentle and it just cleans everything out, and since it does have like that menthol minty smell, it like feels fresh, like it wakes up your face. So that's another reason I like to use it in the shower. But if you have large pores on your nose like we do, like you need this because it's not something you can use every day because it is still a scrub, but maybe like a couple times a week, it's like a game changer for sure.
Up, we're talking about the L'Oreal masks, and these came out about a year. The Pure Clay masks. These came out about a year ago, I'd say.
Yeah.
And they're in every drugstore. Like they're at Target, Walgreens, CVS. I think they're everywhere because it's a L'Oreal product. And first of all, the packaging is so pretty. Like,
it's so beautiful.
I feel like if you have this out, it just looks nice. It's very like, it's square,
high-end,
rounded edges. Yeah, it looks so high-end.
They're heavy too.
Yeah, the colors are really beautiful. And these are also a little pricey for L'Oreal. I mean, L'Oreal's more of an expensive drugstore brand, but I mean, their skincare isn't cheap, which like it shouldn't be because I know this is good quality.
But you do really get 1.7 ounces, which as a reminder is the same as this DermaE mask, and I believe this might be even close to $25. And so this is still half the price as like this DermaE mask, both drugstore options, same amount of product.
Yeah. So I don't know how they differentiate the names actually. This is, maybe they're just by color.
Pure Clay.
They
say the same thing.
They say the same thing. So really we're just going to talk about them by color. So we both have...
This is so weird.
That is really weird. I never noticed that. We both have the pink one, and this one...
I'd say it's red.
Okay, yeah, it's pink red. It looks like this. It's very, very thick. So we suggest applying this with like a mask brush because it's kind of hard to dip your fingers in there.
But I definitely prefer a jar over a tube because I use a brush every time I apply a mask.
Yeah, and I prefer the jar too.
It's way
so
easier
nice
to dip into.
Yeah, and the color is really pretty. I like looking at this color.
I know, it's so beautiful.
So it's a clay mask, but then it has exfoliating beads in it. They're pretty big particles actually.
Yeah.
But it's nothing like, I mean, okay, it's a little abrasive. Again, if you have very sensitive skin, this might not work for you, but normal to like oily skin, you'll be fine. So you apply this, you leave it on for, I don't know, 10 to 15 minutes. And when it's dry, like the color gets a lot darker.
Yeah.
And you kind of look crazy. It almost looks like flesh. It's kind of gross. But then when you rinse it off again, you massage it into your skin to do the exfoliation part. And my skin feels like amazing after using this.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. There is a heavy fragrance in it.
Yeah.
Which I don't love.
I don't think this would work with sensitive skin.
Yeah, I try to stay away from fragrance in products, but it kind of smells nice.
It does smell nice.
But yeah, if you have sensitive skin, I wouldn't use it. But these masks are so luxurious, and I feel like they're just such a good deal for the price, and they're just beautiful. And then you can talk about the green one.
Yeah, the green one I don't like as much as the red one. I wish on their website, I know they have like the different functions of all three.
Yeah.
Because there's also a gray one that we don't have. This one, you can smell it. All the smells are pretty strong, the scent.
Yeah.
So that's not great. But this one doesn't have any exfoliators in it, so it's kind of like your average face mask, I would say.
Very pretty color. Like these
Very
colors are
beautiful.
just, I think they definitely like manipulated them to
Oh
make
yeah,
them
for
very
sure. This one I think might be for brightening. I honestly don't know. We'll link them below and then you can click on them and like see which one would work for your skin. But this one's more gentle than the red one because it's not exfoliating, and it kind of just, it definitely leaves your skin feeling refreshed. So if I use this one, I like to use it in the morning before I like start my day because it's not as abrasive. It's kind of just like a nice refreshing mask, but it doesn't do as much as this one. But they're both really good. I mean, depending on what skin type you have, you would definitely find use for one of these. Next up is this Freeman Feeling Beautiful Apple Cider Vinegar 4-in-1 Foaming Clay Mask. So this Freeman line, obviously you guys have probably seen it.
Oh my
like
gosh, it's been around forever.
Yeah. Walgreens, Ulta, I think they're like $3 at Ulta for 6 ounces, which is probably the cheapest mask here that we're talking about.
Besides Queen Helene.
Yeah, depending on where you buy it. But that one's better than all of these ones. It's just, they have so many in this line, it's actually pretty crazy. And we've tried a few.
I mean a lot, we've tried a lot.
We tried a lot, definitely. But this one I would say is my favorite. So it says on here, mask, scrub, cleanser, and toner for radiant skin. So to me, like that just means, I just like it because you can use it as a mask, you can use it as a cleanser if you're in a hurry, and it also like do essentially the same thing, which is nice. Like some of these masks are so good on your pores and like clean everything out that I kind of wish I could use it as a cleanser. So the fact that, and it says it's good for all skin types, which I would probably agree with. It is an exfoliator, so if you have super sensitive skin, again, you probably wouldn't be able to use this, but the smell is the best part about this mask. Like it smells like the Macintosh Yankee Candle.
Which again, I don't know why people put strong fragrance in masks because I think everyone knows fragrance is not really good for your skin.
Yeah.
But sometimes it's like, it smells good. You like it.
So as you can see with this one, hopefully you can see, it's pretty thin. So if you do use it as a mask, it's very gentle. You don't need to use a lot. And it has like not very small, but pretty small exfoliators in there. So you don't even have to keep this one on for very long. It just says let dry and rinse face. But I really like it because it foams up. So when you put it on, you let it dry and then you go to wash it off, it foams up like a cleanser. So I feel like it gets your skin super clean because some masks like leave residue on your skin and then you're like, oh well that helped clean out my pores, but now they're kind of being clogged by like the remaining mask. So this one, since it foams, it like just cleans everything away. And I just really like it. I feel like for the price, like it's a really good mask because you can use it in so many different ways.
This is the Laneige Water Sleeping Mask. We've talked about the lip mask by this brand a million times. We love it so much. And this brand, I believe, is only available at Target. it might pop up in like CVS and Walgreens soon because I feel like Korean skincare is becoming like more mainstream. But this is so good, and I've actually been using it a lot this week randomly, like when we decided to film this video. But you basically, the idea is that you put on all your skincare, and then this is your last step before you go to sleep. And it's a very gel-like texture. I mean, it's just pure gel essentially.
Yeah.
And it has a really light fragrance. Like, it's barely scented, which is good. Like, I feel like a lot of these shouldn't have fragrance. It's very cooling. It feels super nice, especially in the summer. Like,
in the summer, I use it constantly.
We've had really hot weather, so I've been using it before I go to sleep. And I read reviews online, and people that are in the skincare industry are saying that, like, it's not meant to be, like, used alone to, like, soak into your skin. It's kind of like this, like, layer that binds all your skincare, like, together. So, like, it makes everything you're putting on your face work better, which I would agree with, because I've used this alone before and it didn't really do anything. So if you have this and you've been using it wrong, try using it on top of all your other skincare products, or at least like a moisturizer, and when you wake up your skin feels so soft. And
so soft.
This doesn't really soak in, so you might be kind of worried about like getting it on your pillow, but I haven't noticed any like staining on my pillows. You like forget about it once you fall asleep, and when you wake up it's still like a little tacky on your skin, which I like because I feel like it like definitely did its magic overnight. And yeah, it just makes your skin so soft. It really like revitalizes your skin. I think it kind of just like plumps it up. It's really, really great to use overnight. Like,
to me,
honestly,
it kind of feels like a sheet mask because you put it on and it kind of makes everything under that mask lock in. So I feel like it works the same as a sheet mask.
Yeah, essentially. It's kind of like when you take off your sheet mask and then you go to sleep, they tell you to like pad in the excess remaining things and then go to sleep. It's really similar to that, except you'll have other skincare items on underneath. And it says for all skin types, and I totally agree with that. I think everyone can use this. And it is a little pricier, kind of like the other ones we mentioned, but like beautiful packaging, amazing product. It's worth the money for sure.